So I messed up a little bit on this one, and I really debated if I was going to show you guys that process or not of me fixing the mistake I made when I put this together, but I decided I'm going to go ahead and keep that in here. Other than that, she's whimsical and she's ready for summer. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and let's wake up, prep these tumblers, and slay all day. Let's do this. Starting off with the tumbler we'll be using today, I believe this is a Simply Modern dupe. I do believe, I think that's what it is. Anyways, so that's what we're using. So I think a lot of people tend to be intimidated by this kind of lid. You know, they don't know what to do with it, but guys, you can do anything with it. You could keep it plain, of course. You could rhinestone it, you could glitter it, you could do whatever you want with it. But these are super cute, and I've been really wanting to use these. I've had these for quite a while on my shelf, and I think I'm gonna start using them now. So you could go ahead and remove the handle if you want to. I'm gonna leave mine on, obviously, as you guys seen, but first thing I'm gonna do is peel off the bottom there. And then on the inside, this is a double walled. It is a screw top lid. The lid is a very hard plastic. It's very well made. I really like them. I like how the handles feel as well. And even after it's glittered and epoxied, you still get that texture of like where the fingers should go and everything. It's really nice. But this is what the lid looks like. Again, very thick, hard plastic. We're gonna go ahead and prep that lid as well. This is removable. All the gaskets should always be removable on any type of lids like this, so that way you can easily wash it as well. So we're just gonna go ahead and remove that and put that out of the way. Now I'm just going to be working on the body of the tumbler first, and then we'll work on the lid when we go to kind of finish it up. So working on the body first here, we're going to go ahead and give it a really good sanding. And the nice thing about these is that you can use them for lasering, or you could use them as I'm about to use them. And yes, I am sanding the handle, and I'm going to do up around the rim as well. I usually like to do a wet sanding in the sink, so that way dust doesn't fly everywhere, but for these purposes, obviously I just did it on film like this, but you just want to give it a good rinse and then dry it off really well. Now we're going to go ahead and get our glitter down. I use glue as my adhesive today, but of course you could use epoxy if you would like to. And of course we are going to go ahead and just fully load up this entire tumbler, handle and all, with our glue. And then we'll come through with our glitter. I am using lemon as a beautiful bright yellow, or like a neon yellow, and working with the handle and everything first because I feel like that dries the quickest. I'm gonna go ahead and do up the handle. I did the bottom and do the rim, and then fill in the rest of it. And of course you just want to set that off to the side and let that fully dry before you apply your epoxy over top. Now I do about 20 milliliters of epoxy for this giant, I believe it's a 40 ounce. For this giant 40 ounce, I like to do mine in thinner layers. You guys can apply as much epoxy as you'd like to for your first layer here, but I've just always done it in thinner layers. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and put on that 20 mLs there. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and hit it up with my torch, popping all the little micro bubbles. And because I wanted to add some texture to it, just to kind of really give it that feel of a pineapple, I'm going to add some neon chunky yellow glitter as well. And I'm just going to fully load that up. Now, I added a lot. I wanted a lot. You don't have to do as much, but for me, I really wanted it a lot on there, so that's what I did. And to reach the bottom and the handle, I went ahead and took it off the turner so that way I could reach the areas I needed to. And of course, you're gonna let that cure, and then you're gonna add another coat of epoxy over top. You want a nice smooth surface for what we are about to do next. And what I mean by what we're about to do next is completely ruin it, or almost. I thought I did. I really wanted to add some whimsy to it, okay? That's what I was going for, like a whimsical pineapple. All right, so I think the biggest thing that I did wrong here first was choosing the width of the brush that I chose. I just didn't, I should have just stopped here, but I was like, no, we're gonna keep going, all right? You know, I always say, you know, just trust the process. And again, I still kept going. I was like, you know, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. I don't know if it was the darkness of it, the width of the brush I was using. I don't really know, but I was trying to stay positive about it. It's like a yellow Christmas cake. I don't know. It's just something. I just didn't like it. So I let it sit for a day. I was really bummed about it because I don't strip tumblers. I don't do all that. And I was like, I'm going to try my hardest to remove this. And you guys know that on freshly epoxy tumblers, and then you have your alcohol inks over top, it's going to stain. So the first thing I did was like, all right, we're going to go ahead and try to remove the inks, okay? So I completely loaded this up with rubbing alcohol. And after I loaded it up with rubbing alcohol, letting everything pretty much just drip off, I came through and wiped it down the best that I could with one of my shop rags. But as you can tell, the damage was already done. The epoxy is pretty much stained. So what I had to do was I spent a solid hour sanding down as much as I could of the surface of the epoxy to remove as much of the staining as I could. And that's where we're picking up here. This is this is me fixing it, okay? I figured you can't tell after it's all said and done. There's still a little bit of staining, but I figured it just kind of blends in with the rest of it. Is it a bummer? Yeah, it is a bummer, but it is what it is. And this is just sometimes how this happens, you know. Sometimes you just have to sand it down and start over, right? So this is what I wanted. I wanted something thin and delicate and lighter. I chose too dark of a color, too thick of a bandwidth there is what I did. So I got my pink Sharpie marker here, or you could use whatever acrylic marker you have on hand, or you can use acrylic paint and use a smaller brush, whatever you want to do, okay? Or do nothing, I don't know. But like I said, I'm going forward. I wanted these squiggles across it. I wanted something whimsy. You know what I was just thinking about sitting here because I'm looking at the tumbler right now? If I added like a cherry on the handle, that'd be so cute and it would kind of go with it. Maybe like a pineapple upside down cake, you know, tropic, like its hat, you know, add a little cherry on there. It would really go together. Anyways, that's just a thought. So we're going to do these whimsical, see, it's just super simple. I'm just weaving in and out. That's all I'm doing here. And I am going to go all the way to the top, and I am going to correlate the handle with it as well, just so it all kind of blends together. And the reason why I'm going all the way to the top, because when we go to do the pineapple topping on it, or the leaves for the pineapple, I don't have it fully covered in it, just like bits and pieces, you know, like so it will be showing some pieces all the way up to the top. All right, so this is what I have. I did about 2 to 3 layers of the pink over top, and I like that much better than what I had before. Mistakes happen, you know, don't give up, walk away from it, come back to it with a fresh mind. That's all you got to do. All right, now we're going to go ahead and work on this lid. So the first thing we got to do is tape it up. I was going to remove the gasket, which you can obviously, but I was like, it'll be all right. So I'm going to go ahead and take some painter's tape, and I'm going to block off this bottom section here all the way around. And for the straw hole, I'm just going to take a little piece of tape and push it down really well there, and you can see the outline of the circle. And then you're just going to take an X-Acto knife and follow that ledge all the way around. And there we go. Now our straw hole is masked off as well. And just like the base, we're going to come through and sand all the areas we want to epoxy and add glitter. So for me, I am going to wrap it around all the way on the edge there, but you could just do to the top. If you guys see these lids in person, you'll see there's a little bit of a lip there. You could stop there if you want to, you know, it's completely up to you guys, but I'm going to wrap it fully around to the side. And of course, wipe off any debris you formed from giving that lid a sand. Now we're going to go ahead and start masking up or making a template area for our leaves around the top of our tumbler. So we're just going to use masking tape and go down. I probably went down about 4 or 5 inches. You can go down as far as you want. I don't know how deep you guys want your leaves to be. You know, it's completely up to you. So this is what it looks like after I apply my tape. It's about, like I said, it's about 5 inches down. We're freehanding our leaves, okay? I know you guys got this. Come on. You guys are artists. I know you got this. So look at that. It's just a V. That's all we're doing. And we're going to crisscross them over top of each other. We're going to keep that in mind when we go to finish this up, that we want to kind of make it look like some leaves are behind, some leaves are forward. Oh, that's my decal there. Okay, I got it right off of Creative Fabrica. It had a sun at the top, and I just deleted the sun. It was super simple, okay? And then I cut it out just like that. And of course, you can layer it up if you'd like to, not layer it up, whatever you guys decide. But we're going to go around this entire tumbler, just adding these V's for the leaves, and I want you to go down as far as you want. And after you get around to the other side, if you want to come through and kind of fix some stuff up, you can absolutely do that, and let them go down as far as you want too. Like I said, it's completely up to you. It's art. This is, you know, there's no right or wrong here. All right. Let it speak to you. Then we're simply going to come through and cut away the areas we want exposed, because in the end, these are going to be our leaves. And then we'll simply peel that area away, and then we'll continue on with the rest of our leaves. Now, I wanted mine to be glittery, of course. If you don't have to do glitter, you could just spray paint it or paint it and call it a day, if you'd like to. But I want mine to be green, so I'm going to add a little bit of this very pale green. I'm going to do like a 50-50 mix of my glitter glue and a paint. I find that if I just use the acrylic paint, it's not a very good adhesive. I find that if you do a 50-50 mix, it holds so much better than if you just use the paint. The only thing with this is you don't want to use it if you need to re-glitter. You don't want to use this because it will block out the coloring of the glitter below it. So you just want to use straight up glue for the next round if you have to put another coating of glitter over top, because the glue dries clear. Well, this won't dry clear, obviously. All right, we're going to go ahead and start with our lid first. Everything's prepped, ready, and now we're just going to get this mixture applied. And I am applying a pretty healthy amount of this just to really make sure that it blocks off as much of the coloring underneath, because I am using a semi-translucent glitter, and to make sure that it's going to adhere properly for me. After you get your adhesive applied, we are going to go ahead and sprinkle on our glitter. Easy peasy so far. See, I know you guys got this. We're going to tap it off. We're going to set it off to the side and let that dry. I am going to come through, obviously, and also push back that glitter just a little bit from around this little rim here as well. We don't want it going all the way to the edge, just almost to the edge. And of course, we're going to come through and do the same thing with our tumbler base, loading up our adhesive in the areas that we exposed for our leaves. And then give it a good glittering. Now I am doing just a couple sections at a time as I go, just because I didn't want anything to dry. So I'm just going to do like the groupings of leaves at a time and do it that way. And once I'm done glittering, I'm going to very carefully go ahead and remove all of our tape. And then we're just going to set that off to the side and let that dry fully before we move on to the next step. Moving on to the lid first, we're going to use UV resin. And for those that have never worked with UV resin, what UV resin is it's just like a one mixture that you apply, and you use a special UV light to cure it. That's all this is. So we're going to go ahead and apply a very good helping of that right along the top here. And we're just going to smooth out that the best that we can with a gloved finger. Obviously, we want to use precautions with any type of resin that we use. We use gloves, we use a respirator, we make sure our rooms are very well ventilated. We just want to be very safe for ourselves. So we're going to go ahead and smooth that out really well. And once we get the upper side smoothed out really well, then I start coming through and I start to push the inside along the outside, so that way it gives it kind of a thin layer. So this obviously isn't going to be the finishing layer for this. It's going to take about 3 layers of this UV resin to get it nice and smooth. So essentially we are just kind of setting the glitter in this one. We're just going over this raw glitter just to get it started. So it doesn't have to be exactly perfect. We just want it as coated as possible, so that way when we move on to the next layer, it starts to become more smoother as we go. So I'm just taking that inside resin and pushing it to the outer rim there as I go. And very carefully, I'm just going to come through and hit it up with my torch. And then we're going to come through and do, I think I did about 3 minutes just to make sure that it was nicely cured for our next round. And after the light turns off, we're going to go ahead and do another coating of the UV resin. Same thing. We're going to put a nice healthy amount along the top here. Smooth it out the best we can with our finger. And this is the time I'm going to make sure that I bring it as close as I can around the center hole here, so that way that process gets started with sealing everything down. And then of course I wrap it and bring it down around the sides as I go. Now, if you need to, you can take just a little tool and really help out that process of getting it nicely sealed around the edge there. I just take this little nail tool that I had bought and just kind of help it out there, because sometimes my fingers are too big to be able to do this. Hit it up with my torch again and let it cure with my UV light. Now that light can't reach all the way around the edges, so make sure you tilt your light up and you really get those edges as well. All right, we're 2 coats of UV resin in, and now is the time we want to come through and give it a good sanding. We want to make sure the next round of UV resin should be our last round. Okay, so we're going to come through. We are going to sand down these edges that we don't want our resin to be in. So we don't want it on the very bottom of this lid, just around the edges here. So I'm going to sand it down really well, almost like we do with our tumblers. You know how you sand the rims? That's pretty much what I'm doing here around the bottom. And of course I come through and do around the straw hole as well, making sure it's as smooth as I can get it. And just continue that process around the entire lid until it's as smooth as possible. And just to really make sure that I remove any of that extra resin from around the bottom of the lid, I'm going to treat it again just like we do with our rims. And I'm going to come through with a knife and very carefully scrape away anything that might have came through along that bottom edge and give it just another little sanding one more time to make sure it's nice and tidy and clean. And this is what she's looking like. And of course you want to wipe off any debris we might have gotten onto it from all the sanding and whatnot. And give it a last coating of UV resin, same thing, giving a nice helping of that UV resin on the top, smoothing it out the best that we can with our finger, and then gently dragging it over along the outer side of the lid. Hitting it up one more time with our torch, and I run it as many times as I feel comfortable with that light until I know it's fully cured. So while that's doing its thing, I'm going to go ahead and seal down my leaves on my tumbler so that way we can get that process started next. Now my sealer is dry because I used a liquid sealer. It's dry now. I'm going to go ahead and apply my decal because I did leave enough space for me to go ahead and do it now. If you don't feel comfortable doing it now, you could do it in the next round after you put a coating of epoxy over top, depending on how your leaves went. We are going to go ahead and get a coating of epoxy put over top of our tumbler here. I wanted to add a bit more whimsy, so I'm going to do up some of these springtime dots. They're like neon colored dots. See, they're very pretty. Super cute. So we're going to take some of those and just sprinkle on as much as you would like. I'm trying to keep it just in the yellow area. I'm not trying to put it up on the leaves, and I tried not to put it up on my lettering either, so I'm just very carefully just putting it right into the yellow area. Then I want to add some pink to it, so I took some of this pretty pink glitter, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to just put down some dashes of that here and there until I'm happy with it. And of course, I let that cure completely, and after it was cured, I was like, you know what, let's go ahead and do some more of this kind of Sharpie work to it to kind of make everything go together. So we're going to take this green Sharpie, and we're just going to outline our leaves. And remember what I talked about earlier, you want some of these leaves to be behind it. So you're just going to kind of think about which leaves you want in front, which leaves you want in the backs, and that's all you want to do. You just trace the ones that you want in the front first, and then do the ones you want kind of looking behind last. So that way it gives that layered look to it. And all that's left to do after this part is add its final finishing coats of epoxy, and she is ready to go. Whether you take this design and duplicate it as is, minus the mistake I made, of course, or take it and let it inspire you to create something that is completely your own. I hope that you guys had a lot of fun watching this tutorial today. Again, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time.